taking the award away because, of course, there were those that would have felt privileged to have won that award, you know. I will say my own, I guess I come from my perfect world because I come from probably, I should say, privilege, I guess, only because I would be considered white and of a build that's not heavy and so it's, I guess, hard for me to speak on something that where people don't necessarily get the notoriety that they should. But as a woman who is older and now I'm in this MILF category where it's almost, they've developed this category where MILF of the year because apparently we're old enough that we can't be good enough to be a performer of the year. So they have to dumb it down and make it a niche and make us like MILF performer of the year since, you know, you're old now, so you can't be in with the young girls as just a performer of the year. I'm like, but we're all just the performers. So I find it insulting that we're being ranked that way. And I guess with the BBW and the same with interracial, I don't want to see a best interracial release. I want to see best release, and I want more representation of interracial in the release. I really don't want interracial, though, quite honestly, being considered at all. I don't like the title.
Right.
I think that it should just be performers. That's my perfect world. My perfect world is that we don't see in terms of interracial, that we just see best girl scene, and it doesn't matter what color they are, and best boy girl scene, and it doesn't matter what color they are, and best best performer of the year, and it doesn't matter what size she is, like or age, or granted, the award show would be a lot shorter, but some would say that'd be a plus. Sometimes that drags on a little long, but I don't know. I mean, if it was best performer of the year, I would never win. It's true, like, because there's so many of us, and I'm not that performer. As a MILF performer of the year, sure, I've won, but again, you've dumbed it down. Like, I don't like it. I don't like having the categories. So part of me is not sorry that there's not a BBW because I want those women to be represented in as a performer of the year, not as a BBW performer. I want them to be just another woman. Like, that's my dream. It's not probably a reality, so I'm sad for them that this award's no longer existing on that. For that reason.
Do you think that now that they've decided not to have the BBW award, do you think that's going to make it more difficult for, the BBW performers to, get to do scenes with other, I don't know how I would call it, like do scenes with other people that they can just be, like you said, it can just be scenes that they would say, oh, the scene of the year, or you know what I mean? Like something like that, instead of like seeing them for something else. Like, do you think that that's going to be an issue?
I don't get the question exactly, I guess.
Okay, so you know how now, like, they don't have like the BBW of the year.
Yeah.
So do you think that the BBWs are going to have a problem with trying to do scenes with other performers?
Other BBWs?
Yes. Do you think it's going to be an issue?
No, I don't think the award, first of all, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
It's one magazine that has an award show.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
We put a lot of weight into these things that really technically are neither here nor there. I will say there was a time it held more weight.
Not anymore.
It doesn't hold the weight anymore, first of all.
Yeah, you're right.
Secondly, and it hasn't held the weight. It hasn't held the weight since Paul Fishbein owned it, and that's just a reality.
That's true.
Now, even when he owned it, it's still, at the end of the day, was a magazine that put on an award show.
Right.
It's not the gospel truth of all adult content. Like it's just like XBiz. They have an award show.
Yeah.
They have a magazine. Night Moves have an award show. Exotic Dancer has an award show. It doesn't mean that if you didn't win or you weren't noticed as an exotic dancer winner, then you're never going to dance in this town again. Like, I mean, it's just, come on.
Yeah.
Now, as far as BBW's winning awards, not winning awards, it doesn't stop or change them working with other women in their class. In that particular, well, I'm going to say in that class because that's the class that they put them in.
Yeah.
But what it potentially changes is to get their name out there and their face on the screen that makes other people go, oh my God, she's beautiful. I want to work with her. And those people may not be in the BBW camp.
Right.
Which is another thing I tried to do with Women by Julianne is I put fuller figured women in there and I work with them because they're beautiful. Like Carla Lane.
And you know what?
Like I want to work with Sophia Rose. Like,
yeah.
Like there are these beautiful women.
No, and I like that because
and it's like you have to put a big girl with a big girl.
No, and
I don't understand that.
No, and it's like I like that you do that because I mean, reality is that we're not all skinny. We're not all, with like perfect bodies, if you will. It's like we all are different. Yes. And I guess if you wanted to call it normal, like normal people, like in society, that live, daily life of like being a husband, being a wife, being a stay-at-home mom, right. Or just a typical normal woman that's not involved in any type of entertainment. Right. A lot of us like don't have the access to have a membership or focus so much time in like being fit or being a certain type of body type. You know what I mean? Like pressure. Like a lot of times they feel that there's so much pressure, like the entertainment industry and, with everything that's out, there's so much pressure and focus on like on women, how they think we should look or what we should be. Mm-hmm. And, so I like the fact that you have Women by Julianne where you focus more on like, okay, you know what? This is reality. Like, no, you're not supposed to look like, certain celebrities or, a certain type of skinny. It's like you are who you are, and it doesn't matter what you look like.
Right. It wasn't even, I just wanted, I wanted people, the Women by Julianne wasn't just about the women that was in it. It was about the women it was for, which is why the title was Women by Julianne, because I made it for women. Not because it's being made with women, but because it's being made for these women. And these women aren't necessarily a size 4 or a size 6 that I'm shooting content for, that I'm trying to create a world for that makes them feel sexy and beautiful and represented. And so that's a big point to having women that are fuller figured, is that everybody should be represented. And to have somebody like Carla Lane, who is a heavier set girl, who is one of the most sexually oriented people I've ever met in my life, who has a husband and like 3 boyfriends, and her family just calls them friends, but mom makes them breakfast if they happen to be around that day. And she's got chickens, and she's got, not only does she do adult film, but she also has a real job like on the side, 9 to 5er, and like this, she's fascinating. Yes. And she knows her worth. And for people in my site to look at themselves and go, well, there's something wrong with me because I'm not a size 4, and then all of us and nobody's going to find me attractive or beautiful because I'm not a size 4. And then Carla Lane comes on and goes, shoot, I got a husband, I got 2-3 boyfriends on the side, I got this, I'm multi-orgasmic, I know I'm gorgeous, I know my worth, makes these other women and men who watch, that are members, go, oh my God. Like, okay, so being heavier or being, being heavier is not an excuse to say I should be miserable because who's going to love me?
Right.
That's a mindset, because Carla, look what she brings to the table. She knows her worth. So you can change your mindset It's not about your body. It's
Right.
about this confidence and this beauty that she exudes.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to hope to achieve, is to exude that confidence and that love that we put out to other people that makes them gravitate to us, like Carla.
I love Carlene. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the woman. You know how you say she's the man? She's like
Yeah.
the woman. Like she
She's a
has
Spitfire.
Yeah, she's got her marriage, like you said.
Yes.
She's got her husband, and her husband's totally okay with her having like 2 boyfriends on the side.
He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, he does too.
He's got a girlfriend.
Wow.
He's got
Yes,
a girlfriend.
That's like the life. It's like that's really nice when you can live like that.
But they can live like that.
Yeah.
And they do live like that. And they're like, I think 10 years in.
yeah,
Like, this is not going anywhere.
No,
like,
yeah.
This is a marriage. So
This is it.
people can think that your marriage all hinges on having sex with each other and being only with each other.
Yeah.
Maybe your marriage, but it's not a fact that marriage in general
Right.
hinges on that. So, but she, to me, she gives people goals.
yeah,
Like, you can look at her and go, I got goals. Like, she gives me life goals. Like,
Yeah.
just looking at her. And I'm not saying I want a relationship where my person's with other people, but I'm talking about that self-confidence. I'm talking about that beauty and that love that resonates from deep within her. And then it just comes out, and everybody, like, please, yeah, let me be like, I want to be like Carla when I
Yes,
grow up.
yeah.
You know, I want to feel that way about myself.
yeah.
Because you can be a size 4 all day long and feel like shit about
Right.
yourself.
and not be happy. It's so true. Yeah. Can you believe this? Like this hour has like gone by so quick.
No.
Before we end the show, I want to ask 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is, do you like to swallow?
No. You
You
know
still
this.
don't-
I will
I
never
know.
swallow. I hate it. I haven't
I
liked it since I was
know.
19. What makes you think it's going to change in the next
You
year?
never know. Maybe
I
maybe he started eating something differently, and all of a sudden
I
it
feel
tastes like
them
ice
moving
cream.
in my mouth.
What?
I
You
feel
the
them
babies?
buzzing. They buzz in my mouth. I can
So
feel
the
it.
babies are moving in your mouth.
I can feel it buzzing in my mouth. When you spit it out, your mouth feels a little numb and weird, like there's buzzing.
You talk about wellness. That's protein.
No.
It's got zinc,
Yeah, no.
low in calories.
Not even.
It's good for your face.
happening.
That's one thing you need to try.
No.
Yes. You know what? Zany, everybody out there, you guys have to. She has to do a cum facial. Because, they say it's good for yourself. It's like if you use it as a
I
mask.
can use egg white.
Come on now. We need this protein. It's organic and it
No.
comes straight from the.
I've never looked at a girl who does bukkake and think you're so much prettier than everybody else in the world. No.
No, because they don't spread it on their face. They don't let it dry.
They don't have to spread it on their face. All 50 of them spread it on their face. No.
It would be different with you, Julia, because I think you have a different lifestyle.
There you go. It would be different for me.
Yes, I think
Because
that
I'm
if you
special.
Yes, I think if you try it and then you just see if it's true what they talk about, how it's supposed to be good for you, your
I
skin.
want everybody to know
Radiant.
this is what it's called, having boundaries. It's perfectly okay to just say no.
All right, what type of underwear do you wear?
Right now, I'm not wearing any, but generally,
Ooh.
I wear hipsters,
That's because she came to see
like
me.
boy
and she-
shorts, hipsters.
Yes, she came to see me and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna be free
I haven't
today.
done my laundry yet. Let's be real.
Wait, you're supposed to say. You're supposed to just say because it's the.
That's right. It's because I knew I was coming to see Elizabeth today.
And I want her to feel special.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you so much, Julia, for coming.
welcome.
I'm so glad I finally had you here.
I know. Thank God my schedule finally opened up.
It did, yeah, because I even though I don't reach out to you, I watch you through social media and I follow you, and I know how your schedule is based on the social media.
Uh-huh.
You're like, no, that's not it. And then Zany tells me, I was like, how's Julie? I'm like, she's like, she's doing good. She's doing good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Talk to you guys next week. The tighter the body, the better the ride. I'll see you guys soon. And make sure that if you haven't worked out, you still have time to work out. Do something for training Thursday and message me and let me know what you did. And if you haven't done anything, do at least like a 10-minute walk. Like you have to start doing something like small just to kind of get your brain flowing, the oxygen going through your brain so you feel better. I'll talk to you guys.